now we're going to look at creating our first map, and we're really going to see how to create a map and put in all the things we've learnt, like on turfs and objects and areas all together, and incorporate them into a map. Now, to create a map, it's dead easy. All we have to do is create a new thing, whatever it is, select map, and then give it a name. I'll call it world. Now, as soon as I press enter, it comes up with the coordinates x, y, and z. I'm going to say 100 along the x-axis, or the horizontal plane, 100 along the vertical axis, which is y, and I'm just going to have 5 on the z. Now, don't worry, it's not 3D, it's just I'll explain what the z-axis is in a later tutorial, but for now we'll leave it at that. So you see, I've got the whole map here, as you can see. I've got the mini map here, and if I click and drag, you can see the location is changing here. As I select here, you'll see down here the coordinates x, y, x, x1. You see now they've changed to a different thing, and then we've got a tools add, fill, and select, which I'll show you what to do. Over here in the objects, this is the actual objects we can actually add on, and you can show icons if you want. You can show the nodes if you want. It's entirely up to you. Just really preferences on what you want. But anyway, what we're going to do, I'm just going to open them all up like that. So we've got an area, we've got a mob, we've got gold, and we've got some grass. So, well, first off, I wanted this map, when I created it, I wanted it to have a default tile, because at the moment, well, I don't want to have to get the grass and stick the grass on everywhere. So I'm going to change something. First off, before I do anything, I'm going to delete the world.dm file, and then I'm going to go into turfs, and at the very end I'm going to use the command world, make sure it's not indented, new line tab across, turf equals, and this will actually set the default turf. Use the forward arrow because I'm actually specifying a directory, and I'm accessing the turf, which is this, and then I'm going to access the water, so it's capital W, water, like that. Now when I click on new, create a new map, call it world, 100 by 100 by 5, you'll see, well, hey, it's full of water, and if I save, I can compile and run, and you'll actually see that we have absolutely nothing. Why is that? Let's have a see. Make sure I actually compile this time. And if you do have any errors, just go into your turfs, have a look. Let's see, water. Well, let's see. Go back to the worlds.dm file. Make sure, yep, we're on the 1z axis. All I'm going to do is sometimes you have to do a clean compile, and it just gets rid of all the rubbish that's not in the map. And for some reason it doesn't want to show up on the map. Oh, this is a bug which is in Byond. Well, it's not really a bug, let me explain. If I place one tile of grass on the map, look, and run, you'll see it works. Now the reason is water has a density of 1, okay? Now I can't be on a density of 1 because I'm a man, and if I was on an object which has got 1 density, it's like being in a wall in effect, which is impossible. So Byond can't comprehend it, and you don't end up being put on the map, and that's why you can't see the map. So you have to make sure, if that ever happens to you, that you've got to make sure that you've actually got some grass on, or something with a density of 0, so that when you run you can actually walk around on the map. Now as you can see, all the movements that's already in the programming language itself, they're using the directional keys for things like that, but it's just a thing to be wary of, that you need a density of 0. At least one tile has to be density of 0 on the map for Byond to actually show the mob. Now you might be wondering, well, where's the stick figure come from? Well, whenever you run, you have to have an icon. It has to have one. Well, and if you haven't specified one for the user itself, it uses the default one for a mob. And if I go into mobs, you can see the default icon is mobs, and it's male, so it automatically will set it to male. You can have preferences as well if you want, but if you didn't have an icon, you'd just be invisible in effect. But as soon as you specify an icon for a mob, it kind of uses that. So that's where the man's appearing from. But that's it for this first tutorial in chapter 5, maps, and we're going to look at some more stuff in the next tutorial.